Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Okay, students. So we are starting today with the new chapter. Okay, that is your second unit, which are fractions, decimals, and rational numbers. Okay, this is your second unit. In this, you are going to study about your fractions, decimals, and rational numbers. So in the last unit, we had studied about integers. Okay, all totally about integers and how to use those integers for doing addition, basic operation, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Also, we had seen some real-time examples, problems, okay, of on integers. Okay, now let's get started with your second unit. All right. Already you have studied about fractions in your class 6. I hope you have the idea about this before and you remember those things. Anyways, we are going to just recall all those things which you have studied in the 6th class or related to fractions, okay, and then move on to decimals and rational numbers. Okay, so what are fractions? What do you understand by the fraction? Okay, fraction, you know what? Uh, you have this whole part, okay? So this is a whole, okay? This is one whole. So the part of this, okay? The part of this whole is fraction. That is, if I divide this whole circle into half, two halves, okay, this is become one half and this is other half, isn't it? So this is one half, okay, and this is other half. One is in black and the other is in red. Okay, so you write this as this is as 1 by 2. Okay, the whole I am dividing it into two parts. Okay, this one and the other as 2. So we are equally dividing this. So it is 1 by 2. Okay, this is half. All right. So what is the definition? Or you can, how do you describe a fraction? A fraction is a part of whole. Okay, it is a part of, that is a part of whole. So since we are dividing the whole into two, that is, if I take this shaded part, this fraction is a part of the whole. Okay, so if you take other example, already I've studied all these things, so just let's revise this. All right, so if I divide this into 4, okay, and I want to shade only these two parts. So how do you write this diagram into fraction? Yes, so again the shaded part is again divided into 2, isn't it? So we are dividing it into 4. Okay, okay, just take it as 4 in the denominator. This whole we have divided into how many parts? 4 parts. Okay, so the shaded region is how much? How many? 2, isn't it? So when you want this shaded part, okay, we had shaded part in terms of 2. So if you simplify this, 2 ones 2, 2 twos 2, so it is again 1 by 2. So even this is the equal half. Okay, so but this region we are dividing it into as the equal half of this other region. Shape is different, you can see. Okay, okay, let me take a few more examples. So students, see these figures. Okay, so what do you see in this? first is you have a square. Okay, we want to know the shaded portion of these figures. Okay, and their fractions are represented down over here. Okay, so do you think these are correct? Okay, let's analyze one by one. Okay, okay, tell me, students, you have a square. Okay, and it is shaded in this part. All right, this part is shaded. So the fraction, if I write as 1 by 2, is it correct? Yes. Yes, of course it is correct, because see, you are shading one part, this whole square. Okay, it is divided into two parts, this one and the other one is this two, and that too it is equally divided, isn't it? So anyways, it is divided into two parts, that is, you have taken in the denominator 2. Okay, so the shaded portion is how much? 1, isn't it? So you are taking one shaded portion out of these two. Okay. Okay, come to this leaf. What about this? Is it correct? Half. So shaded portion is this side. So the leaf is divided again into two halves. This is also correct. Okay. So shaded portion is only 1. So you have taken 1 by 2. Okay, come to think about the square. Yes, students, you have divided the square. Here it is divided the square into how many parts? 3, isn't it? 1, 2 and 3. So in denominator it comes 3, and we are shading this only one part of this divided, which we are dividing this square. So you have taken only one part, so it is written as 1 by 3. Okay, all right, so look at these pictures. Okay, you think about these pictures. All right, students, do you think that the shaded portion, they are correctly represented as halves or no? Okay, and what fractions are represented by unshaded portions? All right, so just think about this by yourself and see, is this correct? I will tell you the first one. Okay, already the first one I already had shown. Okay, let me take this one. All right, so it's a shape. Okay, this it's looking like an arrow mark. Okay, arrow mark block. So this is equally divided, isn't it, into how much? 2. And the shaded portion is how much? 1. So it is 1 by 2. Okay, think about these three pictures and just come to inference whether they are correct or not. So they are asking us also the unshaded fraction, represent the fraction for the unshaded portion. Okay, now since they are asking us for the unshaded portion, so tell me what is your how much. So this is divided into 2. Okay, this whole, it's looking like an arrow mark. Okay, this is divided into 2, so I'll take denominator as 2. And they're asking us what about the unshaded portion. If I take unshaded portion, how many are there unshaded portions in these two? You have 1, so it is again 1 by 2. All right, so just think about these three diagrams. Okay, do you think this pictures, different figures, representation, it is represented as 1 by 2, is it correct or not? All right, okay, now let's see what are the types of fractions. Okay, so and everyone, I hope everyone has got recalled what are fractions. Okay, fraction is just a part of whole. Okay, anything which is whole. Okay, this is the total, one whole. Okay, one whole thing, complete thing, this is. Okay, if you are dividing it into fractions, Okay, you are dividing it into different parts and you want to represent it in terms of fractions. Okay, you depending on the shaded part or the used part. Okay, like this. So the whole part is nothing but fraction. All right. So you have three types of fractions. Okay, so proper fraction, improper fraction, and mixed fractions. Okay, so first, what is proper fraction? Do you remember, students? So the in proper fraction, okay, your numerator, it is always less than denominator. Okay, numerator is always light, or you can say less. Okay, so light or less than denominator. Okay, so this is the main difference. If you the opposite of this will be your improper. Okay, so numerator, that is top, will become heavy. You can remember like this: numerator when becomes heavy, okay, then your it becomes improper fraction. Okay, so I hope you can easily remember like this: when the top is becoming heavy, okay, top is heavy, that then it becomes improper fraction. Okay, so since it is very heavy, if you are and the fraction is becoming improper. Alright, so you can remember through words. Alright, so when numerator, that is top, numerator will be at the top, isn't it? And denominator, if you are confused with this numerator and numerator is on the top and denominator at the down, so remember D for down, isn't it? So n will be at the top, numerator. Okay, so what is improper fraction? Whenever your top, that is numerator, becomes heavy, the fraction becomes improper. All right, and the opposite of that, that is proper fraction, numerator is always less than denominator. Okay, so yeah, in improper fraction, it will be numerator can be equal to denominator. Okay, so you can have same numbers, numerator can also be equal to denominator. Okay, students, so your improper fraction example, if I give, say these fractions what we've seen: 1 by 2, okay, 1 by 3, see 1 by 2, 1 by 3, are they proper fractions? Yes. 1 by 2, in 1 by 2, numerator is what? Numerator is 1. 1 is less than 2, isn't it? Numerator is less than denominator. So this is a proper fraction. Okay, take 1 by 3. So this is again 1 is less than 3. That is numerator is less than denominator. Again this is a proper fraction. If I take 4 by 6, okay, or 4 by 6 or 4 by 5, okay, so this numerator is again less than your denominator, that is 4 is less than 6, so this becomes what? Proper fraction. Okay, if I take 6 by 2, so this is improper. Okay, because here numerator, this is 6 is greater than 2, isn't it? So numerator has become heavy compared to your denominator, so this is improper fraction. Okay, all right, so these are the two in fractions you need to examples. The other is what? Your mixed fraction. So mixed fraction is what? You will have one whole number, mixture of a whole number and a fraction. Okay, so example here it is 4 2 by 3. Okay, So 4 2 by 3 is your mixed fraction because you have whole number 4, okay, and a part of it is 2 by 3. When you go for further, it will be very clear. So how can you write this number into your fraction, normal fraction? It will be, you simplify this as, you need to multiply these two, okay, and add here. So first multiply 4 3 is 12 plus 2, how much? 14 by 3. Okay, so any improper fraction, you can easily represent it into your mixed fraction. Okay, always improper fractions are can be represented in your mixed fractions. Okay, when we do your problems, it will be more clear to you. So basically you have three types of fractions: proper, improper, and mixed. Okay, so when the when is your fraction becomes improper? Whenever the top becomes heavy. Okay, top is what? Numerator part. So when numerator is becoming heavy, that is greater than denominator, then that fraction will become your improper fraction. All right, so let me take one scenario. See, look at this scenario example, it will be very clear. See, you have one container. Okay, in this container, if you place two blocks, okay, rocks, you say these are rocks. Okay, if I am placing two rocks in this, so this is a whole container. Okay, fine. So in this you can place three rocks, which is sufficient. Okay, but so you can place only three rocks which will take the space. All right, so it is divided into three parts. Okay, this container, but we are placing only two rocks in it. Okay, that is, it is occupying only two space. So you have this picture of proper fraction as 2 by 3, isn't it? Now if you look at this picture, what you can see, you in this container, which can only have can contain only three blocks, 1 2 3, you are trying to add one more block in it. This is the fourth block. Okay, so what happens now? Since it is this is getting heavy, so the fraction, if you write for this, it becomes improper. Alright, this is a clear understanding for your difference for your proper and improper fraction. In proper fractions, the number, it is less, okay, or the correct number, which actually in proper fraction it should be less, okay, as it is showing here. So improper fraction, it becomes improper when it is very heavy. Okay, so this container can can hold only three stones. Okay, but in this picture you're trying to put four stones in it, so it is 4 by 3. This fraction, this picture fraction, we can write it as 4 by 3. So this is becoming what? Improper. All right, so your improper fractions are always greater than 1, greater than or equal to 1. Okay, if I take only 3 in this picture instead of 4 blocks, okay, if I am not taking this, so your fraction will become what? 3 by 3. So this will be equal to 1. Okay, so again this 3 by 3 is an improper fraction. Okay, so your improper fraction can be less greater than or equal to 1 always, isn't it? And your improper fraction, it is always less than 1. Okay, so sorry, less than 1, it is always less than 1. Okay, let's stop here for today. We can continue in the next video. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.